Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we're talking about something that could be considered a bit controversial, because giving your opinion on the internet in 2025 is controversial no matter how you try to spin it. But today we're here to talk about Gamescom, and more specifically about the opening night live and one trailer that has been catching a lot of fire on the internet due to people thinking it was bad, and I'm here to talk about it. And if you have looked at the thumbnail on this video, you already know what it is. So let's start with a little prefacing. So I want to say that I've been playing a lot of the new World of Warcraft patch 11.2. I absolutely love the new raid. I haven't raided in a long time, most specifically since WoW Classic came out and TBC was around. That was the last time I actually raided, outside of a little bit of experimenting with the first patch of the War Within. But I decided to come back for the last patch, as it only cost me a subscription since I already had the expansion, and I've been playing around with the new systems now that I understand them a bit more and been doing the new raid. I absolutely love the new raid. I think that last Dimensions fight was phenomenal when it comes to how it looked and how it played. The mechanics are very interesting and the fight is absolutely cinematic compared to some of the fights we have been getting in end patches for the last few years. So if you watched the opening night live, you would know that there was where Blizzard decided that they were going to show the new Midnight trailer, at least the cinematic trailer. So they showed the cinematic trailer. You had an entire thing with Lord Thamar and Lady Liadrin at the Sunwell, fighting the Void and fighting Xel'Atath, and this was a trailer that a lot of people thought was bad, awful. There were a lot of comments saying that Blizzard now doesn't know how to make cinematics important anymore, and that people should go back and watch Wrath of the Lich King and Battle for Azeroth cinematics, but I think even in comparison, these are still both good. And it feels like I'm being gaslit here when I look at these comments, because I still think this is a pretty much very high quality cinematic. And I'm going to be devil's advocate here, and I've been very vocal about Blizzard and how wrong they decided to do things. I played Shadowlands, I played Battle for Azeroth, I know how bad those expansions were, so I really don't understand how people can be so negative about Blizzard when they seem to only be going in the right direction. Okay, that's fair. This game is not what it was anymore, and people just have to accept it. It's never going to be what it was anymore because the game needs to evolve. And that's why there are like 5 different versions of WoW you can play right now. If you like Classic, you play Classic. If you like MoP, you play MoP. If you like Hardcore, you play that. If you like Retail, you play that. But the game has to evolve. You will never enjoy the same things, and if you just keep on complaining, they change it and you complain and they change it back to how it was in the eventual evolution of systems, and people are never going to like everything they are going to put out. But if we're being completely unbiased, the game is way better than it was 4 to 5 years ago when those 2 expansions I just mentioned were around, because they were much worse. They had way more gating, they had worse content overall, and they had basically a lot of problems that, as of today, have been solved with things like the crest system, the new gearing updates, the new accessibility and solo content with delves, which is something that a lot of people enjoy. So when it comes to the cinematic, that's that. I really enjoyed it. I also think that the new OST they chose for the cinematic was awesome. I like to see them changing around the original motif for World of Warcraft and throwing in some new hope core style of music in the trailer. I really enjoyed that part. And then they showed another gameplay trailer with a lot of the new features, including new zones, remakes of old zones such as Quel'Thalas, which people have been asking for a long time, because if you don't know, ever since Quel'Thalas released around 2006 or 2007 when TBC came out, you could never fly in that. That was pretty much a useless city because nobody goes there. And they are revitalizing the old world, which is something that a lot of people also have asked for Azeroth to be more involved in the main plot of the game. So they are also giving you that. They are giving you new stuff with new races, new specs, new types of solo content with the hunting thing that they showed with the Amani trolls. So I think that overall, they are going in a good direction, and I personally like what they showed. Now, my personal point of view when it comes to all these comments and the forum posts is that either these people don't play the game and they just go around talking about it without ever playing and experiencing and formulating an opinion for themselves, or that maybe I am the one who has been gaslit into thinking that I like this trailer. But either way, I am going to stand on business and say I liked it, and this is why I wanted to make this video. I don't care if you don't like it or not. And I know there's going to be one or two people that have played the game for 20 years and for some reason did not like this new cinematic or gameplay trailer, and you might have your reasons, and that's completely okay. It's okay to not like the game, but you cannot wholeheartedly tell me that the game is worse and that the cinematic was bad, because if you compare that cinematic to half of the things that were shown, even in opening night live, it was one of the best things that was shown, and I'm not gonna pretend like it wasn't. So I just wanted to make this quick video about it because it's something I am or have been very vocal about, and I think that people now are way too chronically online when it comes to their opinions and how they're bandwagoning every single thought that is being put out by huge content creators that don't even engage with the media they're criticizing. And I think, as I said, you are okay to not like or like stuff, but please experience it first before giving an opinion. That being said, this is just my personal opinion. Take it however you want, with a grain of salt or not. This has been the Retro Den, and I'm out.